Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive.
Hey there.
Today, we're unearthing some really remarkable insights into the future of technology, specifically looking at artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and robotics.
Yep, the big three shaping things.
And we're doing it through two giants you definitely know, Meta Platforms and Amazon.
Right. And our mission for this deep dive really is to cut through all the noise. We want to extract the most important nuggets from some recent reports. We'll be looking at how these companies are, not just innovating like crazy, but actually attracting serious attention.
And serious capital, right.
Exactly. Serious capital from some of the world's savviest investors. We really want to help you understand what's truly shaping the future and what it could mean for your world.
That's right. Because here's where it gets really fascinating. We're looking at what the world's most influential hedge fund billionaires are betting big on right now in this tech landscape. It's kind of like getting a sneak peek into their long-term strategic playbooks.
Following the money.
Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Our sources are highlighting that several major hedge fund billionaires made pretty significant purchases of Meta Platforms and/or Amazon shares. This is back in the second quarter. And this isn't just, a casual dip into the market.
No, not at all.
These are calculated, substantial moves by some really influential players in finance. It signals, well, deep conviction.
Yeah, the conviction is key. What's particularly striking here isn't just that they're investing, but the sheer scale behind these moves. I mean, take Chris Rokos at Rokos Capital Management, for example. He didn't just nibble.
Right.
He increased his Meta position by a massive 90%.
90%.
And his Amazon holdings up by 23%. And these weren't minor tweaks. Both became among his top 5 holdings, excluding options, naturally.
Okay, top 5. That's not just confidence. It's a profound belief in where they're headed long term.
Exactly. And he's definitely not alone in feeling that way.
So who else?
Well, Louis Bacon over at More Capital Management, he made even more dramatic shifts. He cranked up his Meta stake by a whopping 210%.
210%.
Yep. And Amazon. An incredible 880% increase.
800. Okay, that's just staggering.
It really is. We're talking truly significant capital allocations here. It put both companies squarely in his top 15 holdings.
That kind of bold move? Well, it doesn't happen without a very, very strong underlying reason, does it?
Absolutely not. You need a strong thesis for that. And we also saw Karthik Sarma at SRS Investment Management boosting his Meta position by 10%, made it his third largest holding.
Okay.
And Stephen Cohen at Point 72 Asset Management, another major player, known for being incredibly shrewd, he increases Amazon stake by 52%.
52%.
Making it his second largest holding, again, excluding options. So this really raises an important question for us, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Why? Why are these high-stakes investors, the ones who make fortunes spotting future trends, so confidently piling into Meta and Amazon specifically right now?
It's the common thread.
It seems to point to a deep belief in their technological visions, particularly how they're harnessing AI, augmented reality, and robotics. And crucially, their ability to shape future markets with this tech. I mean, both companies have already generated, monster gains over the last decade.
Sure.
But these billionaires clearly see substantial growth still ahead. They fundamentally believe these companies are poised for the next wave of disruption.
I can see why that conviction is so strong. When you look at those numbers, those increases, it's clearly not just about past performance. It's anticipating what's coming.
Yeah.
So with that kind of capital flowing in, where should we start peeling back the layers? What's driving this billionaire confidence? Meta's smart glasses seem like a really interesting place to begin, maybe moving beyond their typical social media image.
Absolutely. Let's start there. What's truly fascinating about Meta is their bold, really long-term play in smart glasses. CEO Mark Zuckerberg has made let's call it an audacious prediction.
Sure.
He believes smart glasses will gradually replace smartphones as the main personal computing device over the next 15 years or so.
Replace smartphones. Wow. That's not incremental. That's revolutionary.
It's a complete paradigm shift he's talking about, how we interact with information with each other. He's basically saying the phone in your pocket might eventually feel like, I don't know, a pager.
An antique, yeah. And they're not just, dreaming about this future, are they? They're actually building it.
They are. They're laying the groundwork right now and, frankly, dominating the early market. Meta's current Ray-Ban smart glasses. They accounted for over 60% of total shipments in 2024.
Over 60%. So they're not just early. They're the dominant leader already in this nascent space.
Absolutely. And the whole smart glasses market, it more than tripled last year alone.
Tripled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Counterpoint Research forecasts it'll grow faster than 60% annually through 2029.
Okay, that's explosive growth.
Yeah.
It really suggests the market's starting to, well, mature beyond just early adopters.
It does. But the real game changer, the thing our source really highlights, is Meta's future product. It's codenamed Orion internally.
Orion, okay.
And this is pitched as a truly revolutionary smart glass product. It blends artificial intelligence and augmented reality in ways we've mostly just seen in, science fiction.
Right, so augmented reality, just to clarify for everyone, that's overlaying digital stuff onto the real world, yeah. Not like VR, which is totally immersive.
Exactly. AR enhances your view of reality. VR replaces it.
Got it. So imagine Orion literally overlaying the physical world with, like, holographic screens.
That's the idea. You could be walking down the street and right in your field of vision, you see your calendar maybe, or browse the internet, stream video.
Yeah.
All without pulling out a device.
And you could communicate face-to-face, but with extra digital info layered in.
Precisely. Contextual information. It's like having your computer screen floating right there, but seamlessly integrated with what you're actually seeing around you.
Okay, that sounds pretty wild.
And here's where the intelligence part really comes in. Orion can also query meta AI, meaning the wearer can just ask for information about anything they see in the real world.
Oh, wow.
Think about it. You see a landmark, and boom, instantly, it's history, maybe the architect, reviews pop up in your vision.
Or you're looking at a product in a shop.
And you instantly get price comparisons, maybe ingredient lists, user reviews, whatever.
The control for this sounds futuristic too. Eye movements, hand movements, and a wrist thing.
Yeah, a wrist-worn neural interface.
Neural interface. What exactly does that mean?
Well, basically, it's a device that can translate subtle nerve signals from your wrist into commands for the glasses.
So it feels more natural, almost like thinking a command.
That's the goal. Incredibly intuitive interaction. Blurring the lines between just intending to do something and actually doing it, it's a huge leap.
Okay, this sounds amazing, but expensive.
Yeah, extremely. Astronomical development and production costs have kept Meta from commercializing Orion yet. But Zuckerberg hopes these revolutionary glasses will hit the shelves within maybe the next few years.
So connecting this back to the investors.
Right. If we connect this to the bigger picture, despite the huge costs and the hurdles still ahead, this long-term vision, this potential for Meta to genuinely disrupt the entire smartphone market, that's a massive reason for that investor confidence.
It's about owning the next big computing platform.
Exactly. And Wall Street seems to see this potential too. They expect Meta's earnings to increase about 17% annually over the next 3 years.
Which makes its current valuation look, well, more reasonable, given that kind of growth ambition.
Precisely, given the potential market capture down the line.
Okay, that's a really powerful statement about Meta's future.
Yeah.
A huge bet on a new frontier. So while Meta's focused on reinventing how we see our digital world, let's pivot now to Amazon and how they're sort of quietly transforming how that world gets to us, how efficiently it all runs behind the scenes. We all know their empire, right? E-commerce, digital ads, AWS cloud computing. But our source really digs into how AI and robotics are creating this silent but powerful revolution, especially within their massive, really complex retail operations.
Yeah, and what's truly fascinating here is how Amazon is strategically using AI. They're using it to unlock massive efficiencies in what is historically their largest but also their least profitable part of business, retail.
Least profitable. Interesting.
Well, think about the costs involved. Morgan Stanley analysts estimate that just shipping and fulfillment costs alone eat up about 36% of retail revenue.
36%, that's huge.
It's massive. It's a critical area just ripe for disruption. And even small percentage improvements there can lead to billions in savings. Billions.
And boost profitability significantly.
Hugely. It's a competitive advantage few others can even dream of replicating at that scale.
So what does this actually look like in practice? How are they using AI?
Well, they're not just tinkering. They're building about 1,000 generative AI applications internally.
1,000? Wow.
Sure.
And generative AI, that means AI that can create stuff,
Yeah.
right? not just analyze.
Exactly. Create new content, optimize complex processes in new ways. So we're talking tools that re-engineer everything, from how seller listings are written and displayed to incredibly accurate demand forecasting.
Yeah.
To figuring out the absolute optimal place to store inventory across their vast global warehouse network.
To cut down shipping times.
Precisely. And even optimizing the most efficient last-mile delivery routes for every single van, every single day. It's like rebuilding their entire operational backbone with AI.
Transforming the whole supply chain.
Fundamentally. And then, layered on top of that, or maybe intertwined with it, is the robotics.
The robot.
Amazon is already the world's largest manufacturer and operator of industrial mobile robots. They have over 1 million robots.
1 million robots.
Over 1 million, yeah. Roaming their warehouses and fulfillment centers globally. And they just introduced a new AI model called Deep Fleet. Yeah. Put simply, think of it like a super smart air traffic controller, but for warehouse robots.
Okay.
It helps these autonomous machines navigate the fulfillment centers even more quickly, more efficiently, optimizes movement, workflow, avoids traffic jams.
Makes sense.
And it's not just about moving things faster. They're also developing an AI framework that will let human workers actually talk to the robots using natural language.
Talk to them. Like, hey, robot, go get that box.
Sort of, yeah. Making interactions seamless and intuitive rather than needing complex programming or specific commands.
Okay, that's pretty cool. But now, this next bit sounds even more futuristic.
You mean the humanoids?
Yeah. The information reported back in June that Amazon is actually preparing to test humanoid robots for package delivery.
It sounds wild, doesn't it?
It really does. What's the initial goal there?
Initially, the idea is for these robots to ride along with human drivers in the Rivian electric vans.
The Rivian vans they invested heavily in.
Exactly. And then the robot would hop out and carry the packages to the doorstep.
Wow. Imagine seeing that. A robot bringing your next Amazon order. That's well, it's a subtle shift, but a significant one for society, isn't it?
It really is. And it naturally raises the next question, doesn't it?
Which is?
Could Amazon eventually integrate these delivery robots with the self-driving cars being developed by its subsidiary, Zoox?
Zoox, right, their autonomous vehicle company.
Could they achieve truly autonomous last-mile delivery? Robot hops out of a driverless car.
Mind-blowing potential there.
It is. Now, obviously, most of these innovations, the generative AI tools optimizing listings, the million robots in the warehouses, consumers will never directly see those. They'll remain behind the scenes.
Right, invisible tech.
But these technologies could significantly boost Amazon's profitability and efficiency in the coming years, massively, which, going back to the investors, makes the stock look like a very compelling long-term investment, even despite its current, fairly high valuation.
Because it's about this fundamental, deeply embedded shift in their costs and their operational power.
Exactly, a shift that's incredibly hard for competitors to match at scale.
Okay, so we've taken this deep dive into the specifics, the tech advancements, the smart money backing Meta and Amazon. Let's connect the dots. What does this all mean for you, the person listening, trying to navigate this rapidly changing world? How does this relate back to our daily lives?
Yeah, that's the crucial part, isn't it? Because knowledge is most valuable when you can understand it and maybe apply it somehow. These examples, Meta's glasses, Amazon's robots, they really illustrate how AI, AR, and robotics weren't just theoretical concepts anymore. They're not just buzzwords.
Right.
They're being actively implemented right now by these tech giants to fundamentally redefine how we might interact with technology in the future, like with Meta's ambitious smart glasses vision, and also to drastically improve the efficiency of commerce, of global logistics, like with Amazon's quiet but incredibly powerful hidden robot workforce.
So it's about understanding these big foundational shifts that are happening right now.
Exactly, whether they're visible, potentially right on your face with smart glasses or completely hidden deep inside a massive warehouse. These aren't just tech stories. They're stories about how our world is being reshaped, how value is being created, and where the next big platforms and efficiencies might actually emerge from.
We've taken quite the deep dive today into how Meta and Amazon are leveraging AI, augmented reality, robotics, really shaping the future.
Yeah.
And we've looked at it through that interesting lens of why billionaires are placing such significant bets on them. It really does make you think about what's coming next.
It does. And considering Meta's really ambitious vision, smart glasses potentially replacing smartphones within, say, 15 years, and Amazon's quiet but incredibly powerful revolution happening behind the scenes with AI and robotics, It leads to a question for you, maybe.
Okay.
What's one piece of technology that you currently use every single day that you think is most ripe for complete disruption? Or maybe even becoming obsolete because of AI or AR in the next, say, 5 to 10 years? Will it be your car, your television, your computer, something else entirely?
That's a truly thought-provoking question to ponder, and one that really highlights just how fast all this innovation is moving. We really hope this deep dive has given you some surprising facts, maybe some fresh perspectives, and hopefully a shortcut to being well-informed as you look towards that future.
Until next time.
Till next time.